Hello everybody, today we're going to be making some delicious sweet corn for just straight out of the garden. This is something off the cob, we got it the other day. So we got a bunch of corn here. We're going to start out with just peeling it. Just simple, take all the husks off, get all the strings off of the corn, so that way it's all ready to go. And bam, there you go. So here we have all our corn all finished. Look at it looking so good. Oh man, already ready to go. We're gonna put it into the pot. So let's make sure our pot's boiling with water. All right, so our pot's starting to heat up. We got a nice pot on here. What we're gonna do right now while we're sitting here is add a little bit of things to the water. So the first thing we're gonna add is our butter. So right now we're gonna add some butter into this pan. Just got about a half a stick of butter. Just putting that right in there. We're gonna get that all melted in there. And then we're gonna add a series of kosher salt, good little pour. So nothing too crazy, just getting a little pour in there. Yep, get a good amount. And then we're also gonna add in our sugar. So we just keep our sugar a lot of times in a nice little crock like this. So we'll just take a bit of this and we're just gonna pour it in like so. Let's grab it a little bit. Should be about, so that should be about good. Basically it's just about, what ends up being about a half a cup of sugar, little more than maybe 3 tablespoons or so of salt, and you want to salt well because otherwise it's gonna not stick. Nothing's gonna stick as much to your corn's not gonna open up and absorb a lot of that mixture that you put in there. So we add the butter, you add the sugar, and that salt. We're gonna add in our sweet corn, and it's just gonna boil for 10 minutes. Grab our ears of corn. So we got our ears of corn here, a couple of these here. Just kind of toss them in nice and gentle. Corn is just officially finished boiling, or off the oven, so it's actually all ready to go, and it's gonna get all done being boiled. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna actually take out one of the pieces of corn. You pull it out, so I pull it out of the stove, put it on a plate. Now you gotta let it dry a little bit, so we'll let it sit for a few seconds, because otherwise you end up with, and just kind of give it a little rotate if we can. So we could use this, just get a little rotate, try and get it out of the way, because you get a lot of water left on the pan, and then you'll start running all over, especially when you plate it with for somebody at the end. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it over here, corn here. We're gonna have our lovely kind of compound butter that we have here, looking delicious, but we can see like all our kernels have this nice coloring on them. That's what we want. So we get that nice kind of coloring going, and then we'll take our butter and just rub it all over the top here. A lot of times, sometimes people use, oh yeah, look at that. You can see that coloring kind of get all inside of those kernels. I like to use a spoon just because it kind of gets all the angles a little better. You can see it as you're going, and you can see how it kind of gets a lot more butter on it. So we're actually just gonna take a little bit of butter there. We're gonna take a little bit of butter, just kind of toss it on the top there. All right, looking good. I'm gonna make this a little more like a Mexican style sweet corn, and we're gonna add a little Parmesan cheese over the top. Just take a little bit of that over the top. Gives it a nice little style going. Yeah, there you go. See, we got a nice little style here of our Parmesan cheese over the top, and we're looking good. Looks at that. All right, perfect. And that's a wrap from the Messy Kitchen and on how we make some delicious sweet corn straight from your garden. Right now is a great time to get it because it's really fresh.